Dramatic pause, lower tone. Picture this: a former actress turned duchess. A $100 million Netflix deal. A lifestyle empire waiting to be born. Building energy. They called it Meghan Markle's big comeback moment. Her chance to prove she wasn't just royal drama or celebrity gossip, but a genuine lifestyle visionary who could inspire millions. Pause for effect. Instead, the dream crumbled in real time. Somber tone. The show that launched with champagne toasts and magazine covers quietly disappeared from our screens. The brand that promised to change how we live barely made a ripple. Hook delivery. Tonight, we're diving deep into one of Hollywood's most expensive failures. This is the untold story of With Love, Meghan, and why sometimes even $100 million can't buy you success. Confident transition, because what happened here isn't just about one show. It's about authenticity, relatability, and the brutal reality of modern celebrity culture. Let's uncover the truth. To understand this story, we need to go back to 2020. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had just stepped back from royal duties. They'd moved to California, and Netflix came calling with an offer that made headlines worldwide. Emphasis on numbers: $100 million. For exclusive content, for 5 years. Building anticipation, Harry and Meghan weren't just getting a paycheck. They were betting their post-royal future on becoming content creators. First came their documentary series about their royal exit. That generated buzz, controversy, headlines. Transition to main focus. But with Love, Meghan, this was supposed to be different. Softer, more aspirational. Describing the concept: picture Martha Stewart meets Oprah with a dash of royal glamour. 8 episodes of Meghan in her stunning Montecito home, cooking with friends, hosting garden parties, sharing life wisdom. Setting expectations. The guest list read like a Hollywood party. Mindy Kaling, Abigail Spencer, celebrity chefs, wellness gurus. The production value was stunning. Every shot looked like it belonged in Architectural Digest. The business angle. But here's what made this different from every other lifestyle show. Meghan wasn't just hosting. She was building an empire, introducing the brand. At the same time the show launched, she unveiled American Riviera Orchard, her lifestyle brand. Jams, kitchen goods, home accessories. Everything you saw on screen, you could theoretically buy. Setting up the stakes. If this worked, Meghan wouldn't just be a former royal or Netflix personality. She'd be the next Gwyneth Paltrow, the next Martha Stewart, a lifestyle mogul worth hundreds of millions. Dramatic pause. The only question was, would anyone actually watch? Excited tone. March 2025. With Love, Meghan premieres on Netflix worldwide, building the success. And at first, it looked like pure gold. The show debuted in Netflix's global top 10 across multiple countries. Week 1 brought in 2.6 million views and over 12 million hours watched. Entertainment blogs called it gorgeous. Lifestyle magazines feature the recipes, describing the content. And honestly, it was beautiful to watch. Meghan's home looked like a fairy tale. The food styling was restaurant quality. Every conversation felt intimate yet polished. But tones shift. But then, something strange happened. Building suspense. The critics started talking, and they weren't impressed. Reading criticism with dramatic flair, style without substance. Instagram brought to television. Perfectly curated emptiness. More personal tone. The UK tabloids were brutal, but even American reviewers seemed confused. Yes, it was pretty. Yes, Meghan was charming. But where was the story? Where was the struggle? Where was anything real? Describing the problem. Because here's what viewers saw. A multi-millionaire in a mansion, talking about gratitude while arranging $200 flowers. Cooking lessons that required ingredients most people couldn't afford. Garden parties that looked more like photo shoots. The relatability gap. And slowly, quietly, audiences started asking the same question. Who is this actually for? Transition with numbers. By the end of March, the numbers told the story. Viewership was dropping. Fast. Somber, investigative tone. Here's where the story gets really interesting and really brutal. Shocking statistics. By mid-2025, With Love, Meghan had accumulated just 5.3 million total views. To put that in perspective, Netflix's teen series Adolescence hit 145 million views in the same time frame. Emphasis on the failure. The show that was supposed to launch a lifestyle empire ranked number 383 on Netflix's annual charts. 383. Analyzing why. So what went wrong? First reason. First, the authenticity problem. Modern audiences are incredibly smart. They can smell manufactured content from a mile away. And despite all the talk about intimacy and vulnerability, with love, Meghan felt performed. Specific examples. Every flower was perfectly placed. Every conversation hit the same inspirational beats. Every problem was solved within 30 minutes. It was life as a highlight reel, not life as it actually is. Second reason. Second, the audience mismatch. Lifestyle content works when people can see themselves in it. When they think, I could try that recipe or that organizing tip could help me. Describing the disconnect. But watching Meghan cook in a kitchen worth more than most people's houses? Hosting parties with celebrity friends? Talking about mindfulness while living in literal luxury? Pause for impact. It didn't inspire people. It made them feel inadequate. Third reason. Third, the brand integration backfire. Remember American Riviera Orchard? Instead of feeling organic, the product placements felt clunky. Viewers could tell they were being sold to, building to revelation. And that's when the whispers started. Industry insiders began asking, was this ever really a show or just an expensive commercial? Investigative tone. Now we get to the really controversial part of this story, setting up the conspiracy, because some industry experts believe, with love, Meghan was designed to fail, or at least designed for something other than traditional TV success. Explaining the theory. Think about it. If your real goal is launching a lifestyle brand, you don't need sustained viewership. You just need initial attention, launch buzz, media coverage, social media moments, supporting evidence. And with love, Meghan got all of that. Every major publication covered the premiere. Social media was full of screenshots of Meghan's gorgeous home. The brand got international exposure worth millions. But the consequences? The problem is Netflix isn't a marketing platform. It's an entertainment business. And they judge success by one thing. Do people keep watching? The Netflix reality. When your show falls out of the top 10, Netflix's algorithm stops promoting it. No homepage features. No recommendation engine boosts. You become invisible. The death spiral. And once you're invisible on Netflix, you're essentially dead. Building to the bombshell. But here's the most explosive part of this story. Multiple industry sources are reporting that Meghan and Harry's $100 million Netflix deal expires in September 2025. Dramatic pause. And it's not being renewed. Implications? If that's true, with love, Meghan wasn't just a failed show. It was the final nail in the coffin of their streaming empire. Broader context. Because Netflix has changed. They're more focused on global hits, viral moments, and cultural phenomena. They're less interested in celebrity vanity projects that don't translate to massive audiences. The harsh reality. And unfortunately for Meghan and Harry, star power alone isn't enough anymore. Reflective tone. So what can we learn from this $100 million lesson? First lesson. Lesson 1. Authenticity cannot be manufactured. Modern audiences have incredibly sensitive BS detectors. They want real struggles, real solutions, real emotions. Perfect curation actually repels people now. Second lesson. Lesson 2. Relatability trumps aspiration. People don't just want to admire your life. They want to improve their own. If your content makes people feel worse about themselves, they'll tune out. Third lesson. Lesson 3. Brand integration must feel natural. The moment audiences feel like they're being sold to instead of entertained, you've lost them. Fourth lesson. Lesson 4. Platform dynamics matter. Netflix isn't television. It's not even streaming TV as we used to know it. It's an attention economy with brutal algorithmic consequences. Fifth lesson. Lesson 5. Celebrity doesn't equal content creator. Being famous and being good at making engaging content are completely different skills. Broader implications. But this story is bigger than one failed show. It's about the changing nature of celebrity itself. Cultural analysis. We're living through a massive shift. Traditional celebrity, based on glamour, aspiration, distance, is dying. A new celebrity is built on relatability, consistency, and genuine connection. The Meghan example. Meghan Markle represents the old model. Beautiful, aspirational, slightly untouchable. But that's not what audiences want anymore. What audiences want? They want creators who share their struggles, who show their failures alongside their successes, who makes them feel less alone, not more inadequate. The harsh truth. And unfortunately, with Love, Meghan did the opposite. Summing up, so here we are. With Love, Meghan, the show that was supposed to launch a lifestyle empire, has become a cautionary tale instead. The final numbers, 5.3 million views, ranking 383 out of thousands of Netflix titles. A brand that barely launched before it stalled. But perspective. Now, is this the end of Meghan Markle's media career? Probably not. She's smart, she's talented, and she has resources most creators can only dream of. The real question, is whether she can learn from this failure and pivot to something more authentic, more relatable, more genuinely helpful. Broader significance, because with Love, Meghan isn't just about one show or one celebrity. It's a perfect case study in how the entertainment industry is changing, how audiences are evolving, and how even $100 million can't guarantee success if you misread the room. Final thought. In the end, the most expensive lesson in Hollywood might also be the most valuable. In a world of infinite content choices, authenticity isn't just preferred, it's required. Call to action. The era of perfectly curated celebrity lifestyle content is over. The question is, what comes next? Final pause. That's a story we'll all be watching unfold.